Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Shields and I'm a technician here at Senza Pelo MedSpa. Today I'm going to talk to you about the hair removal consultation. I'm also going to talk to you about the differences between electrolysis and laser hair removal. Hair has 3 stages of growth. It has anagen, which is attached to its root source, catagen, which is resting, and telogen, which is shedding. Now the anagen hair is when the hair is most impactful to kill it. The anagen hair, it sits at the bulge, which is underneath the sebaceous gland, down to the bottom part of the hair, which is its papilla, its blood source of the hair. When we are treating a hair, we want to treat the hair in its anagen cycle because of its connection to those 2 points. If we break down the bottom 2/3 of a hair follicle, whether using electrolysis or laser, the hair will be effectively killed and will not regrow. You do need to treat hairs multiple times to have an effective treatment. Because your hair is continuously growing through all stages, we need to break down that hair over time to protect your skin, but also effectively kill the hair. Alright, so to talk to you about electrolysis. Electrolysis is a breaking down process of the hair using 3 modalities, and ultimately just 2. You have electrolysis, a chemical change, thermolysis, a heat-based change, or blend, the combination of the 2. When we treat a hair with electrolysis, what happens is the sodium hydroxide, which is naturally occurring in your follicle, is changed using the galvanized current to lye. It basically suffocates the hair so the hair cannot grow. Thermolysis differs because it uses heat. The heat is introduced by that filament that we insert into the follicle, and that heat cauterizes the bottom 2/3 of the follicle. Using heat, the hair cannot grow. Then, blending the 2 of them together. With blend, you take the chemical change of electrolysis, the thermal coagulation of the hair follicle as well with thermolysis, blending the 2 of them to increase the efficacy of the galvanized current's reaction in the follicle. And that's electrolysis. The fine filament goes into the follicle, treats that hair using a type of current to successfully break down that hair and kill the hair permanently. All hairs, all people, all skin types can effectively have electrolysis and never have a hair come back. Let's talk about laser. Laser at Senza Pelo MedSpa, we can offer 3 wavelengths. We have the alexandrite, the diode, and the YAG. Now, the different wavelengths have a different effect on people. With laser, the darker the hair, the fairer the skin, the more effective the treatment is. However, utilizing different wavelengths, we can offer more services to more people because we're able to protect the skin at different melanocyte combinations. So, if you think of an alexandrite, think of someone who's lighter than I. They're going to have a breakdown that's going to be the most effective, they're going to have the best treatment possible, but once they get to a certain point, the laser's not going to see it any longer because the hair changes its texture, it changes its density, and so eventually they'll have to transition into electrolysis. And with the other wavelengths, with the diode and the YAG, you're going to work on someone myself or darker. With laser, all of those wavelengths will effectively kill a dark hair. As we do the treatment, when those hairs lighten over time, we may transition you into electrolysis when there's less hair in the area and when there's less color to the hair. Over time, those things factor in and you'll have more electrolysis as your needed treatment until the hairs are completely gone. We can effectively break down large areas with laser, so if you think of what is the best area to treat with the laser, it's going to be areas like your legs, your underarm, your bikini line, for men, backs and chests, a lot of times facial hair for men. We can thin all of that out and get rid of the bulk of the hair utilizing laser. So treatments in the past when laser wasn't around would be much longer having to use the electrolysis. Now, bringing the laser in, we can get a lot of stuff done and then bring you to electrolysis when the time is there. Now, what to expect from your treatments? The biggest thing to expect is there's going to be some minor discomfort whether you're doing electrolysis or laser. We're adding heat to the area, we're irritating the skin, so there's going to be discomfort. With electrolysis, I often say that it feels a lot like an ant bite. It's uncomfortable, mildly annoying, but most people can get through a 15 to 30 minute session with no numbing cream. Anything longer than that, they might need a numbing cream or have one of our nurses here at the office do lidocaine injections for very difficult areas. That's electrolysis. Laser, however, because treatments are so fast, often coming in, you're gonna have the discomfort of the actual treatment, but really at the end of it, the treatments are so fast that you don't need to do any type of numbing. I usually tell people if you're well hydrated, you take something that you'd regularly take for a headache, pretty much walking into treatment and you'll be good to go. I will say the difference between laser and electrolysis for what to expect to come into sessions are going to be different. Electrolysis, we have to have the hair grown out. Similar to what you've experienced when you're tweezing an eyebrow hair is the exact same length that we need for electrolysis. We want enough hair there so that we can epilate the hair and then take it out after it's been treated. Laser is different. Laser, we shave down the area prior to treatment. Once the hair has been shaved down, then we treat over the area because we want all that light to focus on the pigment below the skin. That's where it's going to have the best treatment. So shave it, and then because you've shaved the hair that's beneath the skin, it'll take 2 weeks for those hairs to shed out. Sometimes in certain areas such as back where there's less friction happening, that can take up to 3 to 4 weeks for all of the shedding to happen. As for your treatment timeline, that's going to vary once we see you in person. Depending on how aggressive your hairs are will depend on how often you're coming in. Electrolysis, you come in a little bit more frequently. Sessions can be either once a week to once a month. Laser is different, however. Laser is pretty much a standardized timeline. Most people will come in as soon as 4 weeks, in some very few cases, and as often as 8 to 10 weeks. There's a bigger time in between sessions because we're able to get a bigger area done, and when those hairs shed out, it takes them a longer time to come back in. Before and after care is pretty simple. Whether you're doing electrolysis or laser, we need to make sure that one, you're keeping your skin out of the sun. Our skin is our largest organ, and it is the easiest affected by sun's reaction. When we're treating an area, we want to make sure that your skin can recover quickly. If you're having electrolysis, sun's impact is very minimal because we're in a pinpoint area, but you still want to think about how will my skin recover? So I often tell people, as often as you're out in the sun, make sure you're wearing SPF. Keep it zinc-based, mineral-based, so that it's working as a physical barrier over the top of the skin. And that way it's easier to also clean up the area when you come in for your treatments. Now laser, it is imperative that you keep out of the sun when you're having laser. Laser needs you to be out of the sun anywhere that is exposed, even if what we're treating is underarms, bikini line, or legs. Because what happens is once you activate the melanin in your skin, it takes 2 to 4 weeks for it to deactivate. And if I add in laser on top of that activated melanocyte, that means that you now have the possibility of having hyperpigmentation or hypopigmentation. Now, what does that mean for you? Hyperpigmentation takes forever to go away, and in some cases it kind of seals into your skin and can kind of be there anytime you get sun down the road. Hypopigmentation, taking that pigment out, is impossible to put it back in. There are very few cases that are out there where they have an effective pigmentation regeneration in that area once hypopigmentated. So if you're going out in the sun on a photosensitive medication or have had any contraindication to stay out of the sun, I need you to inform us that you have had that happen, because we can give you the most, in fact, impactful treatment possible if you are informing us of this. Thank you so much for choosing Senza Pelo MedSpa. From here, you're going to have a customized consultation with one of our technicians. In that customized consultation, we'll go over treatment plans and treatment options for you. If you have any further questions, never hesitate to drop us an email or call the front desk. We are always here to help you feel the best about your skin and hair care needs. Thank you.